That's much better. I didn't like my previous camera angles, so I had to switch it up a bit. All I did was flip the phone around. I ain't do nothing fancy. But yeah, welcome back to another episode of God Concepts Podcast, where I'm your host, Mr. Pagan, um, of God Concept Podcast. Um, First of all, give thanks to the Creator. You know what I mean. Second of all, I want to give my disclaimer. Um, you know, a lot of people make content, and I'm one of those people. I make content, books, music, or whatever. My disclaimer is purely this: everything that I speak on is from my own life, things that I've been through. So, don't don't take everything that I say so harshly and shit like that, because I don't know, you know what I mean, who views my shit or whatever. Don't take it harshly. Don't take it however, because it's not really directed towards anybody, or it's not really uh, a personal thing. Like I'm shitting on you personally, because I don't take none of this shit personal. I understand. I understand that we're all spiritual beings. Mm. Sometimes it helps when I drink before I talk or whatever, just to get the initial, you know what I mean? Because I haven't made an episode in a while. But yeah, yeah. But yeah, don't take it so harshly. It's not personal. You know what I mean? The only ones that should take anything that I say is personal or literal and things like that is people who it applies to. And the saying goes, if it don't apply, let it fly. So yeah, if my shit don't apply to you, let it fly. And if it do apply to you and you letting it fly, hey, pretend. You can pretend like it don't pertain to you, but you know, we all know who we are. You know, at the end of the day, we all got to look ourselves in the mirror and that reflection. You catch your own eye in the mirror. So with that being said, welcome back to another episode of God Concepts Podcast, where I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. Today's concept of today's episode is going to be spirits need understanding too. Oh yeah, I wasn't drinking just water. Oh yeah, this is a rocket pop. It's called a rocket pop. So that's what I'm indulging in right now, my rocket pop. Yeah, but spirits need understanding too. And I say that because I was having a conversation, you know what I mean, about spirits and spirituality, and some people rebuke spirits and things like that when they don't really like. Okay, you have pastors and you have different church people and things, or you know um different people of all different faiths. Sometimes they perform exorcisms and different things like that. But do you know if the spirit you're rebuking or casting out is evil? Because you might be casting out the spirit of a loved one. You might be rebuking a spirit that loves you. So you can't really go about doing the work of a clergyman and rebuking spirits and performing exorcisms and saying, in the name of Jesus, I rebuke you and shit like that. And, you could say things like, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, because you're seeking refuge, you know, from the evil that's out there. You know what I mean? But from the evil spirits that's right there. It's different. You know what I mean? Because that the language breaks down to a different meaning than just saying I rebuke you. Because re, rebuking a spirit, especially if it's a good spirit, it can be harmful to the spirit process, to that soul that's still here, for whatever reason it may be. It can be harmful to you in many different ways. Like, okay, if you got a spirit that's following you or entity or whatever, and you curse it, you rebuke it or whatever, now that spirit might turn from doing no harm to you to actually helping from helping you out to making things harder in your life. You know what I mean? Just making things go wrong for you. Like before where it will make sure that the door didn't shut in your face. Now the spirit will actually give the wind a little gust to shut it in your face. So this you have to understand. Damn, I hate when this happens to my. You have to understand spirits, your own spirituality, and understand who you are. Because when this okay, I'm trying to speak, but it's not coming out eloquently as possible. And everybody know who watch my podcast. It always go like this at first. I got a bustling environment. I got my noise cancellation on, and I'm trying to really just focus on this. Shit is hard, but back to what I'm saying, what I'm expounding upon. You can't really. Okay, if it's a soul that love you, right? Say it's your grandparents' spirit or soul or whatever, and you don't know it, and you're just spooked out. You're fearful of something that you don't understand. So you're gonna rebuke the soul of somebody that loved you in the fleshly form. You're gonna rebuke their spirit because you're afraid of their presence. You know what I mean? You got to think, just like we got rights, right, to live and breathe and go about living our life. Those spirits have rights too. You know what I mean? The evil ones, the ones that's not around, and I don't even want to call a spirit evil, right? I want to call evil spirits not misunderstood. They're misunderstood. You know, they went through a trauma in life, which gave them an evil disposition. You know what I mean? They went through something in life. You know what I mean? Maybe that's the soul of a person who was possessed in a way, who let things possess them. You know what I mean? And once that happened, once your heart grows cold, your spirit becomes what? Wicked, evil. You start thinking, you know what I mean? Bad things. You got to pull yourself, all of us, we got to pull ourselves out of that mind state. That way, our spirit won't be misunderstood or, you know what I mean, or be lingering around for somebody to misunderstand. Because I don't want my spirit to be lingering around. Ugh, dang. Uh, I don't want my soul to linger here for two. After I pass, I want my spirit to go to the next level of life. There's no need to continue to be here. You know what I mean? Just go. Just go where you supposed to be at, where you know what I mean? Let the energy keep flowing and keep going. That's all. You know, this drink pretty fucking good too. This drink pretty fucking good. But yeah, man. To be honest with you, I've been having a rough, like, you know what I mean? Like even just trying to develop relationships with spirits that's actually got a fucking body is hard, right? And there's been times where I had spiritual encounters, and I understand those spiritual encounters to some extent. Um, I try to understand the energy that's moving around me, the spiritual energy, whatever it is, the spirit that a person possesses, right? I try to understand the spiritual energy that a person possesses and what may be bothering their soul at that moment, their spirit. You know what I mean? And I understand that can rub off. You know what I mean? They try to push that purposefully and sometimes not purposefully. It just rub off if you're around a person with a negative disposition or a nasty energy about them. Sometimes that shit rub off on you. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to just stay isolated, stay to the point where, things won't rub off so much on me. You know what I mean? If anything rub off, I would want it to be something good. You know what I mean? Something, you know, take anything and just make it better, make me better, make them better. You know what I mean? Never, things shouldn't rub off on you, in a negative light in any type of way. We can't let somebody else's negative spiritual energy affect ours in any type of way. I try not to anyway. And I've been through a lot of shit. I've done encountered so many different atrocities and wickedness and everything, and I'm still me. You know what I mean? I remain, I'm not gonna say unaffected. I'm not unscarred. You know what I mean? I'm not a man that don't have hurt, don't have pain, that have problems in his life and situations that I have to deal with. And when I talk, I always try to talk from my spirit, from my soul. And that's how I know that everybody needs understanding. Your soul needs understanding. Mind need understanding. Shit. We all need it. But imagine when you can't articulate, right? Imagine when you can't articulate the understanding that you need, right? Because the only way a spirit could, like, okay, an unseen entity, a spirit or soul that's stuck here, right? Who's following you, who's guiding you, who may be helping you, right? If you don't understand that spirit or that soul who's guiding you or helping you or whatnot, or just, blocking you from evil or wickedness, and you rebuke that soul, you're not giving that soul any understanding. Is once you learn of that presence that you became fearful of it. If you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't be fearful of it, right? So stop even worrying about it. Just like you got negative, you have positive. So you got something that's gonna try to hurt you, and you got something that's gonna try to help you. You know, don't drive away the spirits or the souls that's trying to help you by rebuking things that you don't understand. You don't know them, you don't understand them, you never even tried to understand the energy, right? If it didn't hurt you, what harm could it do? That's how I see it. You know, sometimes that manifests in people too. You got people that'll do some fucked up shit out here in the world, but it's like they ain't never do nothing fucked up to me. So is that really my? It's not my job, my place to judge that person's soul. I can't judge them if they didn't do nothing wrong with me. Hey, what the fuck could I say? Whatever happened, happened for whatever reason. You have to try to understand that reasoning. And maybe you understanding that reasoning, if that reasoning is wrong, you could correct that. You could tell them you could correct that. And that's you getting the soul right. Why it still has that opportunity to get right. Why it's still in a body. Because once it transfers over, now it's stuck with all that energy and all those emotions and things like that. And it might have some fucked up energy and emotions, but it might like you. It might be on your side, right? So it's doing fucked up shit, this over here, over there, and you witnessing this. You like, damn, what's this energy that's doing fucked up shit? But it's actually protecting you. But you fairing it. So now you want to rebuke it. And I'm just saying that. I'm just, I play intermediary. Like a it's like a medium, right? Because I can understand energies, and how energy flow, how energy work, and I understand that. It's never destroyed. So it's always there, it's always omnipresent, it's always there. So why fight it? Why fight against it? Why it's there? It, it guides, it brings, good things, and at the same time, if you're not careful, it can bring you bad things too. And sometimes unintentionally, oh my God, there's a cute ass little bunny rabbit right there. Cute ass little bunny rabbit. But yeah, you just gotta go with the flow, man. Go with the energy. I wish I could show y'all this bunny rabbit. It's nice. It's a nice little spot I'm sitting in there. Oh wow. Nice little spot. Beautiful atmosphere. Beautiful women. Oh my God. The women around here are fucking phenomenal. You know, it's family people, you know, dogs and shit. They had a camera crew out here a second ago. But yeah, try to understand the energies that's around you. Just understand the energies that are around you. And you know, I want to say this on a personal level, right? To people that I know and shit like that. Sometimes I am recluse. I like to be secluded. I like to be alone, right? Whether that's in person, on the phone, all of that type of shit. It's like I need time alone. I need time to create. I need time to think. I can't be involved in anybody else's, and it's hard because you know it's hard. It's not really hard because you just got to choose to do that. You know, I got to choose to do that. But at the same time, I love to have somebody there, but I don't. It's a fucked up dynamic with me. 'Cause I like to have somebody there, but at the same time, I'm like, I need my own personal space. And I just be hoping that people understand that shit. Like sometimes I see somebody coming and I dart off or whatever. And it's not because I don't want to be around you. I feel some type of way about you or whatever. It's just because I need my time alone. I need my personal space. Everybody, I believe, is entitled to that or need that. I like to take mine a lot. I need it a lot because I'm used to being by myself. I'm used to having my solitude and just meditating and things like that, and having my own thoughts and everything. And it's hard when you can't have that sometimes. When you definitely need that, man. It's just you need that for that spirit that's inside of you to process the things that you go through on a daily basis to make it all make sense within you, to have that understanding and that clarity within yourself. You know what I mean? You have to have that solitude, that time for meditation. You know, sometimes I do a walking meditation where I'm still sociable and shit like that, but I'm in my own circle. That's why sometimes I'm in my own little world because sometimes you'll notice you'll be conversating, right? I'm just saying this because people notice this about me. You'll be like, yeah, that's that nigga, right? This is exactly how I am. You'll be having a conversation and you'll be talking, but I won't really be listening to what you're saying, or I won't really have much to give. Like I'm listening, but I'm not really inputting. I have no input because I'm doing a walking meditation. I might say yeah, no, or you know, move the conversation along a little bit, but I'm not really articulating anything to add to the conversation. That's because I'm not really there. I'm somewhere else. You know what I mean? It's like a walking meditation. And meditate your meditation goes best. The best meditation is when you're in solitude, when you're alone, when you're in nature, when you're in water, when you know what I mean, when you're doing something. That's the best type of meditation. Shit, when you're working out, riding your bike, you meditate best, that solitude. For me, anyway, I'm not speaking for everybody. I can't speak in general, but it is a general fact. It's a general statement that if you have solitude and you're trying to meditate, and it's good for your mental fortitude, it's good for your spirituality, it's good for your mind, your physicality, and everything. You just feel better. It just feels better. It just feels better. So I be on some chill shit. I be on some chill shit all the time, even in the midst of bullshit. But sometimes I could damn near see the spirits that's coming with a person. You could damn near see the spirits that's coming with a person. Because you see one person, but one person to have an army of spirits with them. That shit different. Like it'd be one person, but they have an army of spirits with them. He's like, damn, this person coming with fucking Spartan fucking 300 fucking spirits with him. Like you like, wow, this motherfucker got a whole army of spirits. Then you would see a person who come with a very dark presence, a very dark spirit. And it's like that Grim Reaper type of spirit lurking with, you know what I mean? That's just hovering around them. Like, wait, you're so deep. It's like, yo, yeah, I get away from them people. Got to get away from them because they're gonna bring about evil, and you can see it. You can see it in their face. It's either death or it's negativity. It's either this person is destined to be, you know what I mean? Like something is going on with this person where it's like hella negativity, or you just see like a very negative cloud. They might not be negative, but they might just be like have low spirits, very low energy or whatever. And you know that being around them just ain't a good thing at that time. Even though they might need you around them, they might need somebody, but you might not, you not like I'm not ready to receive a bunch of negative energy. Like if I notice you got a bunch of negative shit with you, I could probably receive it and be fine, right? Because I'm like a recycling bin for negative energy, and then I could process it and make it positive again. But at the same time, if all you're going to do is keep on building up this negative energy, you know what I mean? These negative, like, no, I can't keep recycling your negative energy because eventually you're going to stop up my motherfucking recycling, my trash can. You know what I mean? You can't stop my trash can up. So get away from it. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how you got to be. A fucking recycling man only come around once a week. Once a week, my episodes. This is how I do my recycling. This is how I empty out my negative energy recycling bin. Right here on my podcast. All that shit. All my negative shit. Whatever I went through, shit like that. I let it out on here. God Concept Podcast. I'm proud of it. It's been going for a while. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm very proud of it. It's coming up. I got my topics. I'll be really writing my stuff down. I got to make sure I do my disclaimers and I'm doing everything properly, crossing my T's and dotting my I's, and just trying to keep it going and come up with different concepts and talk in a personal and unique way. You know, deliver things in only the way that I could deliver them, I guess. Um, what the fuck? But anyway, yeah, spirits need to understand it. You have to take time to understand those spirits that surround you. Don't just rebuke spirits. Don't listen to these TD Jakes and these pastors and shit like that. I mean, you can listen to them. Some people need it, but stop rebuking energy or spirits that you don't understand. Stop it. Stop it. Hurting. You're hurting yourself. You're hurting a soul. You're hurting a entity when you do that, right? Telling you. And I may be getting a little bit choked up because the spirits is appreciating that I'm saying this. I think the spirits appreciate this because they all need understanding. You have to understand it. You know, you got a spirit within you. Remember that you got a spirit in you, and you need understanding. So understand the spirits that's not within you. The spirits that's guiding you, walking with you, helping you. You know what I mean? Sometimes they might trip you up because you need to be tripped up for some dumb shit that you're doing or whatever. Hey, understand those energies, those spirits that walks with you, because you do not walk alone. You do not walk alone. A spirit woke you up this morning. A spirit woke you up this morning. You know, a spirit gave you that first breath, wake you up. I mean, you never stop breathing because if you stop breathing, then you wouldn't. You know what I mean? But you know that energy that's in you, that spark of life. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, kept you here, kept you going. So appreciate it, understand it, and understand the spirits that's around you at all times. Because we live in three realms at one time: the mental, the spiritual, and the physical. And all of them coalesce in this place, in this plane that we live on. You know what I mean? I want to give y'all a story, but I know the story gonna choke me up like a motherfucker to tell. But it was told to me by my grandmother. And every time I think about this story, or I tell this story, it always chokes me up because I know it's real and it's factual. So I won't tell it, but spiritual encounters runs deep in my family. Like it runs deep. So so I understand. I've been waking up in the middle of the night by shit that I don't understand. And I was forced to understand it. You know what I mean? I've been guided by spirits that I didn't understand, but understood once I got to the end of wherever I was being led to. You know what I mean? And I'm being guided right now. And I'm trying to understand, you know? It's up to this some deep shit. It's up to your understanding, right? It's up to you understanding if you're gonna get to the end of the prize at the end of the journey. If you don't understand, you're not gonna get it. You're always gonna get tripped up, looked over, led astray, because you lack understanding. Once you have that understanding, once you have the understanding of how you're being guided, why you're being guided, where you're being guided, right? And once you have the reins, once you have the focus and the reins on where you want to go and where you want to be, and you allow your spirit and the spirits that help you on a daily basis to get you there. You know what I mean? To put those blinders on you to you know what I mean, push forward to move any obstacles out your way that may be there or whatever. Like it happens. You know what I mean? And it manifests physically. You know what I mean? It manifests physically. Anything that a spirit do for you is going to manifest physically. I've witnessed spirits throw things. I've witnessed things just those things happen physically. I don't know how to explain it. How to explain it. But yeah, yeah, yeah. And once you got it, you good. And once you got it, you'll never fully have it. You know what I mean? You gotta have it. I'm in my mind thinking about something now. Say, wow. You know, I like to pose a question, right? Because of course I'm on YouTube, Spotify, all over the place, many platforms, right? I got comment sections and shit like this. Um, I just want to start doing different things on my podcast. So I'm gonna start asking questions. Um, have you ever had a spiritual encounter, right? Something that's, supernatural that you kind of didn't understand at the moment, and then you tried to gain understanding, bug crawling on my cup, right? And what was that? What was that situation? And what was that happened? What was that? What was that situation or that encounter that you had that let you know that there is, spiritual activity and spirits that walk amongst us and guide us and, jinns and this and that, whatever have you, you know what I mean? Whether it was a bad experience, whether it was a good experience, you know what I mean? Tell me about it. Tell me, what did you understand from that? Did you even give it any thought? Did you even give your spiritual encounter any thought as to why, as to what, as to what was the meaning behind this? Did you try to understand the situation, or did you just say, "Hey, that shit's scary," and it freaked you out, and you just got the fuck out of here? Like, what happened? Those stories are interesting, man. Those type of stories and things like that, man. It could just, you know what I mean. I could talk about that type of shit forever because it's real shit. You know what I mean. The things that's really real is you know, yeah. Man, how do I feel? Let's make that a new segment. How do I feel? Walking three realms at one time. How do I feel right now? Physically, mentally, spiritually. The fuck, man. I feel good. I feel real good. You know, physically, I'm getting stronger every day. Physically, I'm getting stronger every day. Yeah, I got things that I'm going to physical therapy for. I got things that I'm battling through. I got things that I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? Physically, right? But every day I'm getting better and better and better. Just trying to stay away, just trying to stay away from unhealthy foods, unhealthy decisions, unhealthy people, unhealthy places and situations. You know what I mean? Physically, that's what I'm doing. And it feels good, man. It feels real good. You know, physically I could use a little bit more physical activity, you know what I mean, in a lot of different ways. But I'm not pushing the issue too much. But yeah, physically is okay. I'm trying to make sure I'm not aching and paining too much because I am, we all getting older. Everybody, living and breathing, living life is getting older every day. Every day that passes, we all are getting older. So every day we got to consciously think about how we're going to take care of ourselves, what we're going to eat, what we're going to intake, you know what I mean? Um, all of that is very important. It's very important to, be conscious, health conscious about how you living, about your body and everything. You know what I mean? Um, spiritually, spiritually, I'm feeling very aware, very in tune, and very observant. Spiritually, I'm, you know, it's something in me that triumphs over my physical. You know what I mean? It's something in me that's way stronger than my physical. You know what I mean? I just told you that physical is, physically I'm getting better and better, and I'm gaining more and more proficiency physically, but spiritually, I'm way more advanced or in tune or ahead spiritually than I am physically. I can't lie about that. I'm 100% sure that I'm about 1,000% stronger spiritually than I am physically. My spiritual trump triumphs over my physicality. My spirituality, my spirit is why I'm able to get stronger physically, and I thank the creator for that. My spirit is the reason why I'm able to keep pushing, to keep going, and keep just striving, man, for something better, just for the future, just for me and my children, everything, man. You know. Yeah, so yeah, that spiritual strength is definitely there. And mentally, right? I'm about 50-50. Matter of fact, I'm closer to 80-20. It's like mentally I'm all the way there, right? But it's just my focus, right? And me understanding that I have things to do and the lack of and a lot of just outside factors that play off in my mind. You know what I mean? And honestly, I have to, and I don't want to do this, but I have to keep my circle so fucking tight, man. My circle gotta be like a Cheerio out this motherfucker. Where it's only me and a very, very select few. Because man, people don't even understand the damage they do mentally without even trying. Without even trying, people around you, different situations that you get put in, different personalities and different people you meet and they bullshit that they bring and all it. It's like, oh my God, that's mentally, you have to weed that shit out. I'm good at compartmentalizing. And not only compartmentalizing, observing and understanding a person coming into my atmosphere, into my aura, right? Into my orbit, right? They're gonna bring something to the table. Can I handle what they bring to the table or not? Or can they handle what I bring to the table or not? Because if you can't understand what I'm doing or who I am and what I require and what I need and you can't respect what I'm asking of you, then I have to, because if you fucking with my mental, you know what I mean? You're gonna start fucking with my spirituality, that's gonna fuck with me. And some people and it's crazy because some people do so good that it still hurts you. Because some people, like, all right, you get with a woman and they love you so much, she start feeding you and shit like that, and then you forget about she starts feeding you, she giving you money, she doing everything you wanted to do, and now you forgot that you had shit to do in your life because you got this person taking care of you, right? You got this person that's providing for you, and she's basically just asking for your presence. And you like, I just can't be present. Like I have shit to do in my life. I can't just sit here and eat with you all the time and fuck and 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 run around and do errands with you just because you have everything. You know what I mean? See, that's a woman. Sometimes that's a woman who built her life for the way she wanted, and all she need now is that one missing link, and it's a man, right? But eventually she's gonna complain about you because you have nothing going on in your own. So it's like at first she'll get you and spoil you and pamper you and shit like that, put you in a nice position. But it's like, yeah, but you still got to remember who you are and your journey and what you have to do in life. Because after that honeymoon period is done, she's gonna be like, okay, what the fuck does this guy do besides lay around in my fucking house and eat Cheetos all fucking day, right? So get with it. I mean, get with it. Everybody got a mission, a journey to go on. Sometimes it's good to have that comfort zone and that space if they're providing that. But if they're not providing that and all they're doing is providing a hindrance on the things that you're trying to do, even if it's within their space and they're allowing you to live a basically, good life without much required of you, it's like if it's still hindering the things that you have to do, then that comfort is not cheap. You really can't afford that comfortability that this person is giving you if you still have things to do. A lot of women get caught up in that. You have a man that'll be so enamored with your beauty, with this, with your sex, with who you are as a person, they'll just let you lay in their house, they'll pay all your bills and they'll do everything for you. But at the same time, young lady, you still haven't did the things that you have to do in your life. You have a journey. So get from up under that man, you know what I mean? And then doing that, get from under that woman, you know what I mean? Yeah, we could pursue things, we could pursue different people and have friendship and all that shit. And that's cool. It's good to have a companionship and stuff like that. But, you know, you have to draw that line. You have to draw that line. Whether is this person, yeah, we cool and everything, but is this person in my way right now? Can I really handle having a person? Because sometimes a person can be like a pet, a giga pet. You know what I mean? You got this person, you gotta be with this person, you gotta give them attention, you gotta feed them, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta stroke their ego, you gotta laugh at this corny ass, you know, you gotta do whatever it is you gotta do. It's like, you really feel like having a pet, a human fucking pet. That's what some people are, human pets. I try not to be a human fucking pet, you know? I try to at least do something more, you know what I mean? Keep myself occupied in some type of way, or just out the fucking way. How about that? You know what I mean? See, I'm almost done with this drink. Once I'm done with these drinks, I'm done with this motherfucking podcast episode 2. Let's delete that shit. They got the music on blast over here. They playing that Sam Smith. This is a good ass atmosphere, man. Like I said, every episode is just therapeutic for me. Every episode is just therapeutic. Gotta learn to love yourself. People try to, reach out for love. People want to try to take your love, and you gotta learn how to love yourself. All I ask for time. All I ask for is time, understanding, patience, wisdom. You know what I mean? Oh man, and just the liberty to you know live the way I want to live and do the things I want to do with my life, man. The way I want to do 'em, and pursue my passions. Just the pursuit of that passion, that pursuit of happiness, that pursuit of something better. My man walking towards me, right? He got a fat ass belly button. This dude got a fat ass belly button. He should have an undershirt on with a belly button like that. He got a fat belly button, man. Yeah, but I digress because we're getting closer and over here and talking about his belly button. But yeah, man. Oh, got photographers, got authors, got musicians. I make sure my man with the fat belly button wasn't watching. Nigga belly button look like a bell pepper. Nigga belly button look like a fish. Mwah. Get close to that nigga stomach and sock you with that shit. Mwah. Right, niggity, nah. Belly big ass. Nigga belly button look like the back of a boot. God, I digress. Oh man. Yeah, back to my concept. Spirits need understanding too. All of them. The good ones and the bad ones. And it's most important to understand the bad ones because they can bring harm. The more you understand the bad ones, you know what I mean? You could possibly transmute whatever bad energy is there because just because it's a bad spirit, it don't mean that it's got to be bad towards you. And I was saying that earlier too. Don't mean it's bad towards you. It's just you got a little negativity with it. But its negativity is because that what it's striving for is positivity through negativity. Now the good spirits, they just want good intentions, good this and that. Don't get it twisted. They can also make bad things happen because sometimes bad things happen for a good reason. And you got some energy, some spirit, some souls that's just misunderstood. And a lot of times, you know, if it's not an ancestor or somebody that's walking with you, sometimes it's the spirit that you called on, something that you called upon. So, once it's with you, it's with you sometimes. And you trying to rebuke it or condemning it or trying to shake it or whatever, if you're doing it in the wrong way, it's not only going to stay with you, but it's going to hurt you. And it's going to continue to try to hurt you and drag you down until you got a needle in your arm or bullet in your brains. But be careful about these spirits that you condemn, you know, call yourself trying to, get rid of. But some of them don't go nowhere. They still linger around. They'll leave you and go to your friend and cause your friend to start hurting you. You know what I mean? They'll leave you and go to that woman. That woman can start cheating and hurt you. Yeah, they do all of that. All of that is spirit work. You know, it's deep. It goes deep, deeper than you think. Whole world is controlled by spiritual energy tied together through us, different events, numerology, and you know, astrology. Sometimes they get tongue tied. Astrology and geology and how it all ties together. This whole earth is controlled by spirituality, spiritual energy, and you don't even really know it. So your best bet, if you are a living, breathing soul walking around and you in earshot of these words that I speak, understand, try to understand the spirits, because the spirits need understanding too, as do you. Understand these spirits that walk with you and around you, you know what I mean, and past and this and that, understandings. You know, just be aware, that everybody goes through things. That's why I don't try to give nobody no negative energy. Everybody's going through something, and I try to understand what they're going through because I would hope they understand what I'm going through. Uh, uh, and I just want to I do want to say this. I want to apologize to anybody I may have offended in any type of way. In Philadelphia and wherever the fuck I'm at. You know what I mean? Like if you know, I never try to just step on nobody's toes or hurt nobody or do some wrong shit, foul shit to somebody. That's not me. Now, if I ever like stop talking to you or disassociated myself with you, it's probably because you did that to me. You know what I mean? One thing I don't like backbiting. I don't talk bad about people behind their back. You know what I mean? Like that. And normally, if something's said about somebody, it's because somebody else is saying something about them behind their back, and I'm just like, like I'm not really giving too much input on shit like that. So it's like I can't help it if I can get a feeling like you know what I mean. Once I get like a funny feeling about a person, about it, like I just got to step off. I just don't. I just disassociate myself. And I'm that way anyway. I got to be personal. I was saying that earlier. Yeah, yeah, I think I'm gonna call this joint a wrap. I'm gonna call this episode a wrap. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you for staying in tune with me and for watching this long. I don't even know how long this episode is gonna be. But yeah, this has been an episode of God Concept Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Pavan. Please like, share, subscribe, and support the music, the books, podcast. More soon to come. Thank you. Peace. Thanks for having me.